looking at the frequency synthesizers for the transmitter. The theory was the transmitter theory actually, and we were looking at a part of the transmitter, which is the oscillator theory. And we found that there are two theories people use to design. What are the names? Direct method and indirect method. Direct frequency synthesizer and indirect frequency synthesizer. What was the difference? Direct one, last time we finished completely. The idea was that you start with the crystal oscillator and then either multiply and divide suitably and then mix them. So there was no feedback loop. That was the theory of the direct synthesis. In the direct method we use normally one master oscillator. You can use two, but generally one master oscillator. Even indirect method you will use one master oscillator. Direct method I gave you an example last time where two oscillators may be required. So it is not a rule that usually one oscillator, because otherwise the cost is high. But I think I gave the example of two last time. It is just to show you that having one master oscillator is not a rule. It is a usual practice. Two master oscillators could be there. Question was, is it a rule that we should have one master oscillator in a direct synthesizer? It is not a rule. It is a norm. Norm means normally done there. Okay. In the indirect method which we have started last time, we said we want to reduce the cost. So we don't want so many parts to come into the synthesizer. So we had the idea of combining the advantages of crystal oscillator and VCO together into one side. What are the advantages of the crystal oscillator? Stability. Frequency stability was the main advantage. Disadvantage was it is not easy to vary the frequency of a crystal oscillator. And it was other way around for a VCO. Stability was poor, but ability to vary was high. Then we thought of combining the two advantages by putting them into a single circuit. And that single circuit needed a feedback loop. And that loop, what did we call it? Loop was the phase loop. And there was a phase comparator. Phase comparator which will compare two input signals, and depending on the error it produces a DC voltage. And that DC voltage was fed into the VCO to do the correction of the frequency. So that was principle. And last time we wrote a little equation about how frequency lock will be achieved by the PSI. And what was the shortcut I want you to remember? When you write equations, you have to start from where?
Step size equal to comparison frequency.
Exactly. Step size is same as the comparison frequency. So those are the important points we highlighted last time. So today we directly start with exercise. And if you have not looked at the note, you will be in trouble. Right? I want you to put in the trouble. For you to identify that you have not looked at the note. So let us do the example separately, and after that see whether we are up to it. Okay. Exercise. Design a PLL synthesizer. Design a PLL synthesizer in block diagram form. To generate frequencies for XM broadcast transmitter from 88 megahertz from 88 megahertz to 108 megahertz. To 108 megahertz using 200 kilohertz step. Using 200 kilohertz step. That is it. There is a FM transmitter which should be able to tune for any FM channel you want to transmit. And in FM band, channel separation is 200 kilohertz. 200 kilohertz separation. So that's the requirement for actual practical transfer. So please draw the block diagram of the PLS. In fact, block diagram won't change. The value still same. That's one. Same block diagram. maybe usually when you buffer is optional. It is better to put a buffer, not essential when you go to block diagram. Reason being, when you take two outputs from one VCU, it gets lowered. For practical reasons, you put a buffer. Otherwise, stability becomes poor. Then, if that frequency is F out, this will be F out divided by M here. And this has to be 200 kilohertz. Why? Because step size should be same as the comparison phase. So that is the phase. If you forget that little shortcut you can decide. Right? So that's why last time I highlighted. Comparison frequency should be the step size. Question says step size should be 200 kilo. So you have to take this as 200 kilo. Right? Then this is VDC. This power should change from 80 to 108 megahertz. In 200 kilohertz current. So we have to find basically what are the numbers I should give from the microcontroller into this unit in order to get that right. So then you can write the equation for the log. What is the equation for the log? F out for n should be equal to 200 kilo. F out for n should be equal to 200 kilo. That means F out should be n times 200 kilo. And now you can find what is the minimum of n, what is the maximum of n units. What is the minimum n value?
440.
440, yes, 440. Because 440 multiplied by 200 kilohertz will give you that 88 megahertz. So, n minimum here, n should be varying minimum is 440. You have to go this by calculation. The maximum should be 108. 108 should be obtained by multiplying 200 with something. What is that something? 200 into 10 should be equal to 88 megahertz.
540.
540.
40.
540. Yeah. Maximum should be 540. So this number you are giving from the computer should be changing from 440 to 540. In order to achieve those things. So that is the answer to that question. So show it suitably for the examiner. In minimum should be 440, in maximum should be 540. Okay, so that question is just to revise our last time itself. This is part B for that. Part B for that. Part B, calculate. Then that should be given. That should be given by the microcontroller. That should be given by the microcontroller to tune the transmitter to 96 megahertz output. 96 megahertz output. Again same formula, F out equals n times 200 kilohertz. Same formula. And F out is given 96,000. 96,000 is equals n times 200. N should be then 96,000 divided by 200. How much is 9,000 was that? 480. Is that okay? 480. Okay. 480 is, yeah. So your mind processor will give 480 actually. So how many bits will be there? 30. Okay. 30. To give n as a binary number, 30 to give capital N, as a binary number, give capital N as a binary number, calculate the number of bits per word, required. Calculate the number of bits per word required. So how many bits could be there in that input? Could it be 8-bit number or 10 bits or 15 bits? Root to the power n should be greater than what?
100.
Root to the power n should be greater than or equal to your highest number, 540. So calculate what should be n then. Root to the power simple n should be greater than or equal to 540. If n is how many bits will be required for this to happen? With 8 bits you can go only up to 2 5. 9 bits, 5. Not enough. So you need 10 bits. 10 bits. So n should be 10. Okay, so there should be a 10-bit number, minimum of 10-bit number that you should apply.
ඒක අර ටෙක්ස් ගන්න නෙවෙයි කියන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ 540 වලින් අර RC අඩු කරාම ඒ ගන්නට නෙවෙයි මේ සූර්ය පවර් උත්තර.
No, it is a number that should be given from a port. So normally it should be catering for maximum. Minimum you don't need to consider because minimum will be available anyway. Even below values will be available, but we are not using. So it is not this range that we are dividing. And that way. One little problem is still there. Suppose you have a very small step size required. Suppose I want to change the frequency from this minimum to maximum in 1 kilohertz. Not 200 kilohertz, but 1 kilohertz. And that means I have to make this comparison frequency 1 kilohertz. But to get a crystal oscillator to oscillate at 1 kilohertz is difficult. Then the comparison frequency is small. Why do we make it small? Because our step size has to be small. When step size is small, I have to make the comparison frequency small. But it may not be possible to have a crystal oscillator at such a small scale. So what is the solution?
So in between the reference oscillator and phase comparator, we can add a divider.
Correct. In between the crystal oscillator and this one, you can put one more divider. In fact, you can put a crystal oscillator here and then make this another divider. Like divide by n1. This can be divided by n2. So then, although the crystal oscillator is running at high frequency, your comparison frequency could be there. This is a trick for the design of synthesizer having very small step size. Continuing, achieving small step size. Achieving small step size. That you can write. When step size is very small, size is very small, it is not possible to find crystal oscillator at such small values. Such small values. Therefore, we should use an additional divider additional divider after crystal oscillator. As shown below. You can draw the diagram now. These values you don't need to write. These are only for the example. We can say below this at log, then you can write this equation. This frequency is equal to that frequency. So you should say f power divided by n2, equal sign equal f naught divided by n1, From that, find f power. F power equals in 2 times f out over f naught over n1. In 2 times f naught over n1. Usually n1 is fixed. N2 is the value you vary. So put a variable sign here. This term is not going to change. It is fixed. The output changes because N2 is changed. What is step size? When n2 keeps increasing 1 by 1, it is getting up by this number. In fact, f0 over n1, which is the comparison frequency, is still this step size. So the theory I gave you last time remains correct. Step size is still equal to the comparison frequency. Hope you did not forget that one, because that was the key idea I asked you to highlight last lecture. And if you forget that, you lose this whole lesson. That's why identifying the key thing and remembering that is very important, rather than writing everything. Right? Therefore, the step size is reduced to f0 over n1. Now reduced to f0 over n1. Okay. Exercise. This is from a past paper. The figure 1 below. Show a simplified block schematic diagram of the frequency synthesizer. Part A. Explain how constant output frequency, then how constant output frequency is maintained once it is set. B. Given that your single X equals 100 megahertz, your single R equals 10 kilohertz, and capital N equals to calculate the output frequency. And the output part and the figure. I will draw the figure. This is what they have given for this. the diagram, it has been drawn in a different shape, but it is the same diagram as what we were studying. Look at carefully. It's the same thing. But it's PC,
Space comparison.
space comparison. So you can notice that basically it's same thing. In the exams they might draw it in different ways to confuse you, right? Okay, now you should be able to answer this question now. Shall we answer part A and compare our answer? Last time we discussed how the PLL will maintain the lock. The question is to explain how the lock will be maintained. Try to answer carefully without missing any keyword. So they are asking to explain principle of PLL, remember? We are careful what they are asking, right? A lot of people get misled here. What they are asking is something different. You don't need to write the whole explanation we wrote last. So what exactly are they asking?
Once we achieve F naught, after that space difference is compared, and then
Okay, that is what they are asking. After you have achieved the lock, what do you do to maintain it? That is what they say. So if you write all the garbage of the note that this is how the lock will be achieved and all that, that won't carry any mark. A lot of people have studied, who may have studied the PLL, might answer like this. And answer is correct for a different question, not for this question. So therefore they can't give marks. So therefore cramming and writing the answer will not help there for this kind of a question. So this is the danger of preparing for the past paper, and also danger of not understanding but trying to write answers by cramming. Especially when you come to advanced diploma level, you should give up those bad practices. Nobody will tell you these things, right? They will just teach, okay, this is advanced diploma syllabus, but this is not the syllabus exactly that they want, they are expecting. They expect certain advanced learning behaviors from you, thinking behavior. That's why they phrase the question like this. Just to check whether you are advanced enough to understand somebody's question and convert your knowledge into the form that the answer is proposed. So if you write everything about how to achieve the lock and all, it is useful. The question does not ask how the acquisition is done. Acquisition is how the lock is acquired. Question asks, basically by rewrite the question, what the examiner is asking is, assume that the lock is achieved. Then explain to me how it is maintained. That is the question. Did you read it? Only very clever people will realize what they are saying first. And those are the people that usually called advanced diploma holders. Others cannot be answered. So behave according to this and try to write an answer to that. This will be reflected later in the exam result. Those who have the bad practice of just trying to cram towards the last part of the exam, last few months, and try to write that, you may have been successful in the diploma for that. But that does not guarantee success in the advanced diploma. This is my message. All practices you may have tried might have worked at that level, but may not work now. So a D in the diploma will not ensure a D in the advanced diploma, because their expectations are different. You can write the answer with compare. I think I explained what the question is. You have explained me what the answer is. Will be good. reach outline and everything will be there in your answer. The question is, once it has been set, you can start your answer there, assuming synthesizer is at log. So just start like that, assuming that synthesizer is at log. Then you have to say if the output frequency try to increase, the output frequency try to increase, the feedback loop will bring it back. Bring it back by changing by making control DC voltage negative. So you may say by reducing the control DC. By reducing control DC voltage to the VCS. Then similarly the other way around. If output frequency increases, output frequency decreases. Output frequency decreases. Feedback loop, try to correct it by increasing VDC, increasing the DC voltage. Both these activities are done by the phase comparator. Phase comparator. When then it achieve love, constant phase difference is maintained. So that is enough. Every time it achieves love, only constant phase difference is maintained. But output frequency may try to increase or decrease. Every time we try to do that, there will be a correction voltage generated by the phase comparator. So that is what they are explaining how correction part. Second part is mathematical. I think you can directly answer because it is not a tricky area. You can answer the question part B is directly compare answer. It is very straightforward. On this, you can write the various frequencies that you get and then write for the log condition. And then automatically the answer is there. When a VCO is given, when a system is given, it could be a different block diagram this year. Other people don't know where to start. Remember, you have to start from by marking each VCO output. Otherwise, you don't know where to start and you can write the equation. And in this case, they have helped us because they have marked the VCO output themselves. This is the VCO output, they have marked it as a, so they have made it easy. The commiers, they just give a diagram with two VCOs sometimes, nothing marked. So you will not know where to start. So remember you have to start by marking the outputs of every VCO. First VCO you can mark as X0, second one X1, second one X2, third one X3 like. Just mark them. After that, the rest is the case factor. We are not writing that sentence anywhere. You have to remember right now from my words. We are not writing. In this case, it's easy because they have written down if you also directly access. You can work on direct. You don't need that link for this question. You will compare only the final answer. M means mixer. I think by now you would have okay. Because there is another crystal oscillator which is like a local oscillator, and you have mixed it and taken it down. They have not given it as a mixer. You have to check. They have marked FR and FX. FR and FX. So if you know the mixer, what would be the frequency after the local? Okay, F naught.
F naught minus
At this place, F naught plus Fx.
F naught
F naught minus Fx will be general. But if you are filtering only the low value, this must be F naught minus Fx. Or minus Fx. This should be F naught minus Fx divided by F. That's how you have to analyze. And then it is as the log. You have to remember that you always write the two input frequencies for the wave comparator equal. So remember that things again. So F naught minus Fx of n should be Fr. That is the formula as now. F naught minus Fx over n equals Fr. R for reference. So then rearrange it. What is it? F naught is output. According to the examiner, F naught is output. Becomes n times Fr plus F naught. Yes? Did you get it? In Fr plus yeah, actually it is modular. Whatever the difference. So we normally write modular. Not minus Fx modular over n is equal to Fr. Not minus Fx modular is equal to n and Fr. F naught could be equal to plus fx. Or if it is fx minus f0, you can find this extra minus value. When you change L, output will go in set, which is how output will change. But you can see output has been scaled up by how much? By fx. That means for the steps, all the steps get added with fx. This is called pre-scale. Pre-scaling means the total NFR value has been scaled up by fx. It is like this. Suppose you have a AC waveform, say 230 volts. You can give a DC shift. You can put it on top of 100 volts. 100 volt DC. All the variation is still there, but it is appearing on top of a DC term. So similar to that, here, all the variation is there in NFR. Our earlier equation was F0 is NFR. But now there is a DC value. DC value means a constant value being added to all the frequencies. When a constant value is added to all the frequencies, we call it free scale. So the concept of free scaling is what we have given. Okay, next one. Not that. Output frequency is set. Output frequency is set given by NFR. Given by NFR have been pre-scaled with fx. In other words, higher output frequencies have been obtained. In other words, higher output frequencies have been obtained. Higher output frequencies have been obtained without increasing F0 value, FR value, without increasing the FR value. You can draw a dotted line around this. This was not there in our original theory. So this is the area called free scale. Free scale. So when you insert that part into your loop, you are doing a free scaling operation. It is because of that part that output frequencies have been shifted up by an amount fx. So when you shift the output frequencies like that, it is called free scale. You can scale up or scale down, depending on whether you use a high pass filter there or a low pass filter. But what is missing compared to our block diagram original block diagram? After phase comparison, we had a loop filter. It is not shown by the examiner. So those are the problems with the examiner. But we still have to sort out. We have to say, okay, he has not shown us the filter because he may be assuming that the filter is built in together with the PC unit. So one-to-one comparison between the theory you learned in the class and what the examiner asked may not be possible. This is the past question. This is how he has asked. So you have to live with the reality. The reality is that he will not directly question the theory. He will do a little modification directly. And will check how you interpret. Right? That is what is expected from an advanced diploma or variation. And how do you interpret the variation? That is the advanced diploma technique. Cramming the note and passing is like O level or A level. O may be certificate. But now at this level, cramming is necessary but not enough. Did you notice that? Necessary but not enough. This is the message I want to give you by this step. So the questions may not be direct. Questions will have some part for you to interpret. Some part for you to interpret. If I give you an example in the university, it is other side of engineering program. In the first year, we normally prepare questions from the notes, from what we did in the class. And when they come to the final year, most of the questions we give are not in the notes. Second, third years are in between. First few parts of a question, suppose question has A, B, C, D parts to answer. A and B might be directly from the note. C may be something to think in addition to the note and answer. D is coming from a reference elsewhere. It has never been taught. The student has to refer from the textbook or internet, and those who have referred can only answer. Level 2, level 3. Final year, most of the questions are not directly from the note. And majority of the questions are additional knowledge that the student has to get. Why is that? Is it unfair? We set the questions like that. In fact, there is a method called examination procedure where in the universities a lecturer will be teaching, and he himself will usually make the paper. He becomes examiner, and there is a moderator. Moderator is some senior person who will look into this question and will say, okay, the time may not be enough for the student. Can you reduce the time here? And take comment like that, he will give. That's called moderation, and you have to do the changes and resubmit, and it is approved. That's called paper moderation. And that's how the paper goes. And when the answer scripts come also, there is a moderation process. You mark it and discuss with the moderator what is the distribution. Is it too difficult or too easy? And then you do the adjustment. That's how the examination is done. So is it unfair to ask something which is not taught? The original question was that. People will say question may be difficult. And people who are just crammers will say that. Who just used to pass the exams by cramming and continued that practice all the time will usually say this exam is very difficult and I can't pass it. I might get a test over. But people who have really adjusted for that situation, to that level, will say it is okay. It is okay. I have seen that all happening in the university also. So, is it unfair to ask something which is not fair? It is done with a purpose. Because a professional at that level needs to be independent, because the purpose is to pass out students who are independent thinkers, who do not depend on the teachers now. And we want the students to go beyond us. All the teachers want the students to go beyond that. If you just teach them exactly the way you are thinking, can they go beyond it? They can't. They can't. So that is the idea. There is a part to think and answer, to develop that thinking and ability. There is a part that you have to refer outside and answer because you want to develop the person's independence so that he can find information for himself and then answer. Why am I telling all this to you? Is it only for the university? No. Because you are going through the cultural stream. Advanced diploma stuff is like level 2, level 3, somewhere there in the university. So then why should I tell you this? For you to know your role or redefine your role. Maybe you have understood your role as a student slightly wrong. Maybe because you have been a student in previous courses and you might have thought, okay, this is a similar situation. This is not similar. It is completely different. Completely different in the sense there is some amount of independence expected from you in your thinking. And And there is some amount of original thinking that they must look for. Otherwise, why do they call you an advanced diploma course? Give me a reason. There is no reason for you to call different names, isn't it? So this is the idea that you have to understand very clearly. People who fail to understand this role, new role of learning in the advanced diploma or higher level courses, they usually fail. And they think, okay, this is the highest I can go, I will quit learning and I will find a job which will allow me a higher pay. Of course you may be able to find a job, but you may not be able to earn the respect from other people. You know, the money is not the only thing people respect, isn't it? Education is also not the only thing people respect. So it's a combination they are looking for. So therefore, don't quit. You may quit without understanding what it is, what the process is. That is why I am telling you the process. But you know, okay, this is what is expected, you won't quit, you will prepare for it. Unfortunate thing is, not knowing these things, some students quit, thinking that, okay, I can't reach that level. So it is not that they can't, but it is that they have not understood what is expected. That is so. Okay. Little advice, but keep that advice always in your mind, right? Because it will take you a long way if you accept it properly or remember it properly. Okay, so expect from City and Guilds also to have some parts in a question which are not exactly from the syllabus. It is not unfair to do that, because they are expecting certain behaviors from you and they are checking whether you have it. If they are not doing that, can they maintain their name over 100 years? These people like City and Guilds, their exams have been there for more than 100 years. How can they do that? If they do not develop people from level to level in their syllabuses, if the syllabuses are not targeted like that, or if the questions are not changed like that, can they maintain the reputation? They can't. There must be a secret behind their success. The secret is this. In the university also it's the same. And in the university we always think how to get the ranking of our university to the higher level. And at the moment our university ranks very well. Why? It does not happen automatically. It happens out of 95% of the A-level pass out apply to Moratuwa as the first choice. I'm not boasting about Moratuwa, but why do they do that? Why do they do that? Because the course taught is same whether you take this university or that university. Syllabus is same. The difference comes from where? Difference comes from the part I just mentioned, the amount of independence you can give to the professional that you pass on. That is where the difference is. That is where the university ranking. Do you know what is the university, engineering university which ranks number 1 in the world? They must be number 1. What is it? Engineering. You are ready. Not ready to go ahead in engineering. Those are the things we should have. The number 1 ranking at the moment is obtained by kept by Municipal MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, USA. Considered to be the number 1 engineering university in the world. Very difficult to get in there. And normally the best top from our department might have a chance, but second one has no chance to enter. Even the best of some years they will say, sorry, we can't take you. But such a student may have achieved something like 4.1 average out of 4.2. 4.2 is the GPA. Even if we get 4.1, MIT will say, no, we don't like your proposal. Because they accept students not only based on the proposal, not only based on the research, but the proposal he writes for the research. What he wants to do. There is a report to be submitted, and a brilliant student gets rejected sometimes, saying your proposal is not having anything original. Sorry, we can't admit. Why do we say that? They are looking for the complete independence So that when you just enter that university, you are just on your own. There is no superior to you. No one to ask for. You are self-learning. That is what they are promoting. And that's how the learning systems at that level are. I am talking about MSc. Right? So when you go up to that level, you are your own teacher. You are your own teacher. You might have some help from the supervisor, a little bit of help, but you have to teach yourself. Teach yourself. And these are what we are doing now is the beginning. Did you know? Beginning of teaching yourself. So once you master that method, you don't need to go after anyone. You don't need to pay anybody to teach you. So you pay a university mostly for providing facilities to do practical kind of stuff, not meant for teaching. So understand these things about learning. And there is a book called World of Learning, if you can get and read that. World of Learning is the name of the book. And that describes all this. And some more. Right? And how to find universities, how to find places for higher studies, and what is the approach at each level. So that's the world of learning. So learning is by itself. It is something one has to mature. And the people who have gone to the very highest level have no teacher. How can they have a teacher? Because they have invented some bigger thing which other people have not found. So that means they have developed their independence, isn't it? And that is the advanced situation, advanced learning. In fact, advanced learning means teaching yourself. You might wonder, how can I teach myself? I don't know what to teach. So what to learn? So that is the part we slowly develop. Then there are people who teach themselves. In fact, after you pass this qualification, who will be teaching you? You, isn't it? You are the one who will be continuing to teach you and then taking you to the career. You might not have enough time to attend any other courses. So you have to read articles, listen to programs, and then get the information and keep teaching yourself. And whether you like it or not, you are already doing it at home. But maybe teaching bad things to yourself. Why? When you finish this lecture and maybe you go home and sit in front of TV doing nothing. And then, what are you doing? Watching TV? Without a purpose? What happens? You are opening yourself for others to teach you. And they teach you, okay, our product is the best, and you remember that name. It is wrong. Wrong lesson. But since you choose to listen, because you didn't have your own ways of teaching yourself, other people will teach you. And many of them teach you badly. If you notice very carefully, if you just allow them, they will teach you bad things. So that is why we should be teaching ourselves. And that means when you hear an advertisement, you have to double check. For teaching yourself, you have to check, how do they say that? What are the best qualities in that product? And then once you find them, it's a research. You research and you teach yourself, okay, this is what they say, but this is the truth. That is learning. But if you do not carefully research like that about anything you hear, what happens is you start believing after hearing it several times. That is why the advertiser carefully repeats the program. They repeat the advertisement. Why do they repeat? So they know that you are not going to research on that. If you are told several times, this is it, you believe. They know that. So that is called advertising. Advertising is for people who have no self-learning capability. And they can be collectively, they can be mentally programmed. what they call brain work. People can be brain work by studying the same thing repeatedly until they start believing. So over 1 month, if you repeat an advertisement every day, they know that you start believing. What is actually happening? You are programming yourself according to some program outside. Why don't you become that program? That is my argument. Why don't you program yourself rather than allowing other people to program? What I am saying is that you may not like it, but other people are doing it already to you. You don't know it. If you are so dumb, you will not even know it. Then others are programming your mind. If they can successfully program your mind like that to buy their product, why don't you program yourself to go to a higher level of learning? Because you are programmed well anyway, that's why they are doing it. So why don't you take the leadership? That's how to think. So if you think differently like that, only these things will reveal to you, okay, I can do it myself. That is called independence, self-teaching or self-learning. Okay? I am not sure whether you have been thinking in this line, but now it is advanced diploma, it is time to think like that. Time to think. Or else, when you go to the job, without these qualifications or without these new ideas of learning, your boss will teach you. Your boss will teach you, okay, this is how to do it, you must get it done by tomorrow morning. And he won't give you a new job, he will give you some routine job. Same thing to be done again and again and again, nothing new to be thought of. That's the type of job you are going to end up. If you like that kind of situation, you can switch off your thinking. Just remain there, people will do that to you. So, these are parts of life actually. When you go through it, go through the whole process, you start seeing it. Till then, this is covered. It is so much in the darkness that you don't see it. But even if you don't see it, you are being programmed right at the moment. Even tonight, there are certain advertisements supposed to be thrown at you tonight. Already programmed. It is there in the program schedule already. I have been in the broadcasting. I know this. And normally 1 week before we schedule what to throw at you during this Thursday. And what is the target audience we have decided as a broadcast. And for that decision we are taking money from some other people who are those people. People who are putting these products into the market. I was in the broadcasting and so if I am saying we think of, okay, how to program these people through our channel, and then we say, okay, we can program these people like this, can you pay us 1 minute, 100,000. If you do that, we will program them for your product. And that is how the business goes. For 1 minute they pay more than 1 lakh now. Why? They know that these broadcasters are capable of throwing ideas to people and programming them. And you have been a target although you didn't know it. And if I ask you, name few products that you know, you will name so many things. So you have seen it and you have been programmed all of it. But I am trying to say, why don't you use that capability for learning? Because you already have that ability. And other people have been using it. Why don't you use it for yourself? That is target. So watch TV very carefully tonight, or listen to radio very carefully, then you will realize what is happening to you. And then you will know how to do it for yourself, for good purpose. To market yourself, you can do it. Right, so think about these things very carefully. Because learning is not only copying what I am writing on the board, or going through the syllabus. Syllabus is just a guideline, remember. But other than the syllabus, you have to learn a lot from senior engineers who have gone through. It is the syllabus. Okay. And try to reach it, so I give break at this moment, we will work. We will meet in about 15 minutes.